Coming up in the news, Ministry of Education distributes QR code vouchers for uniform and school supplies assistance program. And Grenada wraps up a successful 2026 Spice Mass season. We'll have details to these stories and more, plus a look at news in the region when we return.
Again?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon.
I'm from the Ministry of Health and we're doing a little routine inspection for the season. Just permit me to come and do a little check. So, have you done your medicals yet?
No, sir. They're not time to do that.
What about a training session with us?
No.
All right. Well, what I can say is there's no ice on the chicken and you're storing your chicken in a rat poison bucket right here. Is that what you're using? And you just use your hand and put the chicken on the barbecue grill? Tell me something. Are you barbecuing chicken or are you barbecuing flies?
Where let's come on, bike? Where let's come out?
Shanti, we are here to protect public health.
I don't want to hear that.
And I'm doing my inspection.
Bills. I don't want to hear that.
But with all that violations, I would just like you to move your stuff.
Speaking on poor people. It's carnival, everybody trying to get a little piece of the pie. People trying to survive, but they're trying to take money out of their pocket.
But you shouldn't put the public at risk. Look at that mop right by where you're cooking and watch the broom right there. All right? Officer.
Good afternoon. What seems to be the problem?
Good afternoon, officer. I would like you to assist me in some compliance here with this lady right here.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. The health officer is doing his job. These requirements are there to protect the public.
So I'll come to shut down my business. I have children to mind and I have bills to pay, I rent to pay, every carnival, the same thing.
Ma'am, we understand the situation. However, since you do not meet the necessary requirements, you are posing a serious public health risk. You cannot continue operating today.
People are wicked and bad, Naggy. A poor woman like me, all going to do that?
You have to pack up your things and leave, ma'am. You are posing a serious risk to the public.
We are not here to stop you from making an earning. We are here to protect public health.
And we are here to assist with the enforcement of food safety standards.
Food safety is everyone's responsibility. A message from the Consumer Affairs Office in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Royal Grenada Police Force.
Welcome back with the details of the GIS news for Wednesday, August 12th. I am Rakisha St. Louis. More than 30 vendors have partnered with the Ministry of Education for this year's School Supplies and Uniform Assistance Program. The program provides meaningful financial assistance to parents in need of support to ensure that their school-aged children have the necessary resources for the new school year. The ministry has commenced the distribution of QR code vouchers to approved parents and guardians for the assistance. The code is a secured digital solution that enables cashless transactions, allowing parents to conveniently access their approved monetary value for the purchase of school uniforms and supplies. QR code vouchers are sent in batches via text messages. Once received, the parents can present their QR code voucher at any approved participating vendor to obtain the necessary school items. Information Technology Officer within the Ministry of Education, Cade Dikoto, has been lending support to the program for many years. He highlighted some of the vendors on the mainland and in Carriacou.
Repeat, the text message with the link to the QR code comes from 878-231-3486. This is the approved phone number that the QR code message will come from. When you receive that text message, you will need internet access to open the QR code link. Right. So once you open the QR code link, you would see the monetary value or the grant you receive from the government, as well as how many or the balance that is remaining if you approve school items. So far, we have distributed or sent out over 1,000 text messages with QR code vouchers, right? So there are over 30 authorized vendors throughout the island. You'll find vendors at St. George's, St. Andrews, St. Patrick's, St. John's, even Carriacou.
Parents can purchase uniforms, shoes, bags, stationery, and other items using the QR code, which is valid until September 25th.
Clothing, you have your pants, your shirts, your school socks, you have paper products, your coloring books, your copy papers, drawing books, notebooks, you have writing supplies, your markers, your crayon, your pen, school bags, lunch kits, office supplies, your rulers, your erasers, even math and technical tools, your calculators, geometry set, math set, sewing supplies, button fasteners, and so on. If you have any questions or inquiries or you need assistance, you can call or WhatsApp us at 415-1458, or you can email us at uniformassistance@moe.edu.gd.
Farmers in St. Andrew are praising the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry for its commitment in keeping the artificial insemination program active, which they say is providing valuable support to livestock farmers and by extension assisting in improving the quality of their herds. It's part of the ministry's efforts to modernize the livestock sector, improve cattle genetics, and strengthen national food security. The program follows earlier AI initiatives, including one launched in Kariku in 2009, which was revived to expand access to improved breeding technologies for farmers and increase local livestock production.
I see the artificial insemination could be a good thing for farmers, you know. Yeah, because otherwise, if it wasn't that, then we would have a lot of the females and then coming on heat, and they will be going out, you know, without having a local bull around. So it's a very good thing the Ministry of Agriculture doing by coming along with the artificial insemination and to come to introduce it to different farmers, you know. So it's a very, very good practice, you know.
It makes the breeding, I'll get more cow from it, and it'll be a real good thing for me. I love to see other people achieve cow like that. You see, for them young youths, I want them to start a life like that. The fellas might feel it hard, but you know, if you program yourself to that, everything will be easy.
Frankie Buckmeyer, livestock officer in the livestock division in the Ministry of Agriculture, says the artificial insemination program has been successful since its reintroduction in 2024.
To date, we have 18 calves on ground, and the breed that we are doing is a Santa Gertrudis. It's a very, very high quality breed, very good for its native adaptation to Grenada. It have a low birth rate. When I say low birth rate, the mom doesn't have no difficulty in putting it down, right? And we have excellent growth rate with that breed.
Buckmeyer is appealing to farmers to get on board with the program and take advantage of the opportunities it offers to improve livestock breeding and production.
And I'm encouraging farmers to get involved. The farmers just have to see the animals on heat, and they reach out to the ministry, or they could call me direct, and I come to do the artificial insemination. So they have to monitor the animal, see that the animal come and eat, and they call me. The artificial insemination, as I said, is a very, very good thing. It has been boosting production. It has been helping us to be self-sufficient in terms of good beef, right? We have those animals growing, and when you watch the age, the good muscles we're getting on those beef, adding towards food security. So in a short space of time, we'll be sufficient. We'll having a lot of beef going towards the table.
Farmer Rufin said the program not only benefits farmers, but also contributes to the overall development of the nation's food security.
I have my own herd, but I'm just caring for the mother and the calf that we see here, right? And so far, they're growing well, they're doing well. They're doing well, and I really appreciate the work that the ministry is doing to assist farmers in the area of reproduction, right? Really appreciate that. And I hope that this will continue so that more animals can be reproduced in this eastern corridor, on the eastern corridor, so that we can assist in being self-sufficient and also assist in helping in food security in this country.
There are currently 16 young bulls and 2 heifers on island because of the artificial insemination program. Farmers interested in being part of the AI program can contact the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry at 440-2708. Over 400 residents of Petite Martinique will soon benefit from a new initiative focused on strengthening sustainable land and soil management, improving water security, and reducing drought impacts over the next 3 years. The project is funded by the Global Environment Facility, GEF, and executed by the United Nations Environment Program, UNEP. An inception workshop was recently conducted with stakeholders including residents, farmers, businesses, and other beneficiaries. The 4-component project aims to reverse the impacts of land degradation, which is not new to Petite Martinique, but has been exacerbated by the passage of Hurricane Beryl, placing further pressure on soils, agricultural areas, infrastructure, and livelihoods. Key activities under the project would include the establishment of a seedling nursery to produce heat-tolerant and drought-resistant trees and grasses, cultivation of economically viable plants, restoration of grasslands and forested areas covering approximately 356 acres of land, and the development of farmer-managed plots and paddock systems to promote best practices in land and livestock management. The assessment covered affected areas including Madame Pear, North Point, and nearby locations. Following the meeting, a draft project document will be prepared for submission to the Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management and the United Nations Environment Program for submission to the Global Environment Facility. This is the GIS News. We'll be back after the break.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a step. So the journey of a year begins with but a sec. 1 second is the difference between old and new. The difference between what you have done and what you have to do. 1 second is the difference between who you were and who you are going to be. The difference between a year of expectations and a year of memories. Awaiting you is a year of opportunities and new moves. Just one final second to reflect. And then we must embrace indeed. I reckon 1 second is all we need.
Welcome back. 2 years after Hurricane Beryl devastated the islands of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, the government of Grenada has been working tirelessly to restore life through strategic economic measures to boost livelihoods and rebuild homes and other infrastructure. Heavy investment has been made to restore housing under the Build Back Better initiative, which is driving significant economic growth. Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and Local Government, Honorable Tevin Andrews, highlighted the vital role local workers play in the island's recovery, noting that the influx of building initiatives provides critical employment across the private sector. Multiple local contractors are actively engaged in the rebuilding pipeline, which sustains steady work for specialized tradespeople, including electricians and plumbers. The Build Back Better framework focuses heavily on structural longevity to mitigate future climate risk. It relies on strict collaboration between the government, local communities, and international stakeholders who believe that every family deserves a safe, dignified place to call home. Weekly handovers will continue as contractors finalize additional properties across the sister islands. Finally, in the local segment, the curtains have come down on another exciting Spice Mass season as Grenadians and visitors alike celebrated the island's rich culture through mass music and revelry. Following weeks of keen competition and spectacular performances, several new champions have emerged across the major calypso and soca competitions. Bacchanal Friday saw newcomer Sabrina Francis dethroning 2025 Groovy Monarch Mr. Golden with her hit song Honor You, becoming the first female Groovy Monarch in the competition's history. Jaylon Olive of Boise settled for second position with his song Road, and Alex Coffey Muddy secured the third position. In the Power Soca competition, reigning Monarch Muddy was dethroned by Rio St. Paul Snakey with his hit tune Raging Seas. Muddy placed second and Little Kerry's Mayhem placed third. Fantastic Saturday saw Nexa New Dimension securing the first spot, Republic Bank Angel Harps placed second, and IMA Rainbow City All-Stars secured the third position. Calypso lovers witnessed rounds of melodic brilliance on pertinent and controversial topics and opinions. At the end, two artists were crowned. Sean Sour Serpent Niles and Jelani Lil Jello Fleming. Carriacou's Brendan McKee Killaby secured the third position. The colors and splendor were on display during the King and Queen of the Band Monday Night Mass and Parade of the Bands and Juve Monday and Tuesday. Tipsy the Band took the top prize for both the King and Queen of the Band. Peter Bain and Associates secured second in both King and Queen of the Band, and Francis Redhead and Associates placed third in the King of the Band category, while Lazarus and Twine and Associates placed third in the Queen of the Band category. Lil Kerry's Mayhem earned him the 2026 Road Match title. This is the GIS News. We'll take a look at what's happening in the region when we come back.
Are you thinking about buying a vehicle? Did you find a company on social media? Stop. It may be a scam. Look out for the following red flags. Is the price lower than other dealers? Does it seem too good to be true? Are you sending the monies to the US even though you are ordering the vehicle from Japan? Does the address on the invoice match the address on the payment details? Are conversations limited to WhatsApp text? Is there a sense of urgency placed on you by the seller? You are about to be scammed. Do not take your hard-earned cash or even worse, a loan to send to these scammers. Once the money leaves Grenada's shores, you are not likely to get it back. Consider buying a vehicle already on island from an individual or a car dealer. Beware of these scammers. If in doubt, it's best to stay out. A message from the Financial Intelligence Unit.
Welcome back. The Antigua-based regional airline Liat 2020 has launched a new program coinciding with its second anniversary. The Liat Air Club is an investment in customers, giving back to them by rewarding their loyalty while making travel even more accessible and rewarding. A statement said effective Thursday, August 6th, customers can join Liat Air Club free of charge by registering on the airline's website and immediately beginning earning rewards on eligible travel. It said members will earn 1 point for every dollar spent, with points redeemable for flights, excess baggage, and an expanding range of rewards, and exclusive member benefits. As part of the anniversary celebrations, Liat 2020 is also giving back to its existing customers by allowing passengers who have traveled with the airline during the past 3 months to retroactively claim points for eligible flights after enrolling in the program. The airline said the deadline for retroactive claims is September 30th, and that program features 4 membership tiers: Blue, Bronze, Silver, and Gold, allowing members to unlock additional benefits as they travel more frequently with the airline. Prime Minister of Barbados Mia Mottley is pressing the giant Massey supermarket chain to make contract buying a formal part of its operations, arguing that farmers need guaranteed markets and greater financial stability if Barbados is to expand its agricultural base. She announced that the government will provide $2 million per quarter to facilitate contract buying efforts. The funds would allow the Barbados Agricultural Development and Marketing Corporation and Export Barbados to work with Massey and other stakeholders to help get the agro-processing industry fully up and going. Mottley made the proposal during Monday's reopening of the Massey Stores Worthing branch in Christchurch, which followed a $46 million investment. Mottley also argued that the region's small populations meant Caribbean countries could not achieve the scale needed to transform agriculture without looking beyond CARICOM for markets. She pointed to Europe's demand for tropical fruits and vegetables and Africa's reliance on imported food as opportunities for Caribbean producers, noting that Africa imports almost $5 billion in fish annually, while only 1.5% comes from the Caribbean. That's a look at news for today, Wednesday, August 12th. Here's a recap of the top stories. Ministry of Agriculture distributes QR code vouchers for uniform and school supplies assistance program. And Grenada wraps up 2026 Spice Mass season. On behalf of the news and production team, I am Rakisha St. Louis. Thank you for joining us.